Wassail. So this is my studio. It's got quite an echo in here, which is quite good for the. It's a big glass room, and although I'm slightly in the dark, I wanted you to be able to see the garden behind me. This tree just here and the tree just above me here, they're orange trees and they've got oranges all over them. They're bitter oranges for making marmalade, but that's okay, I can make marmalade. So, what's been going on? I woke up this morning like I'd been run over by a bus, particularly in my neck, and having spoken with a few people this morning, it's an energetic frequency that everyone seems to be feeling. One person said the most beautiful thing, she feels like she's got a body hangover from food. Not from being drunk, but yesterday I was so hungry, endlessly hungry. I went to bed like I had eaten 12 Christmas dinners. There's something transferring going on within earth energy, the physical molecules, and it's really fatiguing. I mean, I know I've walked a lot, probably too much. Been walking for about 5 hours each day, and Lisbon's the most hilly city you've ever known. You set off and you think, I go down towards the river, and you head down, and then you reach the bottom, and suddenly there's two roads, and they're so steep, and you set off confused because you felt like you were going down, but it's all so up and down, it's so hilly that you lose sense of direction. And this is what I mean about this city being a microcosmos for what's going on energetically. There's all these ups and downs, but the thigh aching, and then I get home and I sit down on the sofa, and it's a big sofa that actually is comfortable to lounge on, but I can't get up from the sofa. I feel old, and I'm not old, I'm only 52. So I thought that we would delve into the Odin cards again, because they were very chatty yesterday. That was the bit of lost that just fell to the floor. I'm not following any patterns of any thoughts as to what I would like to hear. There's lots of things that I've had messages about that need to be shared with you. But we just need to go with the flow. I'm quite looking forward in here to doing a nighttime reading. That might be really good fun. I've not been able to do that anywhere else, but there's lighting in here and there's garden lighting. As long as we don't get reflections on the glass, I think it'll be really interesting to do. So let's just look into, I mean, obviously there's a full moon coming up, and then there's this magnificent, so powerful stellium new moon on the 11th and the 12th, which is Chinese New Year, and I've asked about doing animal signs, and I'm still getting a kind of, just stick with these collective readings at the moment, because the energy at the moment's fairly global. So bend. Okay. Bend. Vend is air, it's wind. It's also, though, in these cards, you have rocks, which represent earth, our molecules, and this usually represents spirit. And usually it sits up here across the top of the card. And the idea is that the energy of spirit has come down and is sitting directly on top of the earth. And that's what's causing this weight. Look, air is a fairly light energy, but when air is coming in to purify, to cleanse, it's got quite a heavy job. It's almost like, do you remember we did the reading about the lichen? It's almost like the air has got to come in and blow away all that lichen that's gripped really tightly to our molecules. And we're talking DNA frequency. So we've got this notion, Vend is also a boat sailing on the ocean, a vessel, our body being a vessel floating on a sea of emotions. But these emotions have been transferred because the old earth energy is now being pushed down, and we're being left with this new cerebral, I want to say easing of the turgid, difficult emotions somehow. But it's still heavy. That's the prevailing thing at the moment. There's a weight. It's almost like we're already feeling the energy of the full moon. So, do we have, please, Odin, another, we've got a little spillage of 3, perhaps, maybe 4. Okay, so this is talking about the energy of air healing, not you and I, it is healing you and I, but this is talking about healing the earth. So we have Midgard, and we have Eir. So let's show you those. Midgard and Eir. And they've also come with Vanahamir. So we have 2 realms. We have the realm of the earth, Midgard, that very chaotic energy. The sun coming back out, but it's like, so they want to say it's like the global energy is being fragmented. It's like, they're showing me an image, mosaics. I've got a mosaic table here and I've been taking photographs of mosaic pavements. It's like the pavements were Midgard, the mosaics were Midgard, the energies sunk together, tectonic plates were Midgard, and now it's like someone's coming in and they're taking out all the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle, and they're not just scrambling it together. It's not some kind of massive aggressive thing, but it's like it's like a three-dimensional jigsaw of the world, and all the pieces are being shifted out, but they're the energetic pieces, and they're being moved and shifted. So the energies, the frequencies within inside the earth grid, those columns of energy that need healing, they're being taken apart piece by piece to be moved and shifted and changed and redesigned. And then we have Eir. She's the shamanic healing goddess, and she's working there on a Valkyrie. And if you've been following Rob, you'll know they're coming in August. This is interesting because this contains a third bird. And there is a real connection of burning herbs. I need to find, my friend made me a new sponge stick. I'll bring that for the next reading. It's made from lavender and eucalyptus that she collected all around the Algarve and bound up for me. I'm really getting that sense that we need to purify our space. This is about not the healing of us, but about the healing of the space around us. So if you have smudge sticks or Palo Santo, you need to close all your doors and windows, go around your house and clap and make noises and take sound bowls and bang them, anything you can make, pots and pans, just make a noise, shift the stale energies in all the corners of your rooms, and then light incense or light a sage smudge stick or Palo Santo and go around each room and claim the energy of the space. Say, this is my new air energy frequency that I bring to cleanse and change and bring a new flow. And you go to every corner of the room and you do this until almost the room becomes, the whole house becomes unbearably smoky. And then you whip open windows and doors and you get yourself a brush or a broom and you sweep through the house, spring cleaning. At first they were putting the image of people doing it at New Year, because I did do it at New Year, but New Year feels like it hasn't come yet. It feels like New Year's, we've got the Chinese New Year of Metal Ox coming on the 12th, which is the new moon. Of some places it's the 11th, but in China it will be the 12th. But it's spring cleaning. We've got to cleanse our spaces so that we can heal. So these three birds are talking about changing the energy, seeing the frequencies that exist within our space, sending our energy of unconditional love into space. Look at your house and how you function in your house. See the areas where most of your attention is drawn. So places like if you watch a lot of television or if you sit at a computer, these need special attention of focusing good energy, bringing this friendly energy of Vanhamir, this frequency of the borderless goddesses and gods. They don't live in a world of walls and barriers. They live in an open world that is just one globe, and that's the healing that we're going on with this air energy, is this need to take away all the artificial borders that have been developed to create nationalism, jingoism, borders, pride in only your own country, and they're all restrictive frequencies that need to be pushed apart. So find those energy centres where attention is drawn. So for instance, places where you wash yourself in bathrooms, the place where we go to the toilet, all of these areas need to be cleansed, to open to new frequencies. Where you wash up in the kitchen, spaces you spend a lot of time focused, really work on cleansing those, and imagine each one having 12 arcs of energy coming from it, just like a clock, as if you took a clock face, placed it on the floor, and there's 12 energy frequencies. So you see the hour, the quarter past, the half past, the quarter to, and then the spaces in between. Fix your energy to flow out, turn round on the circle, see the images move around, and then when you feel that you've got those energies in there, and you can check them if you've got divining rods, you can walk around those spaces and they will cross where you've got a build-up of energy, where you've created an energy column. And as you walk around it with just one, it will open wherever there's a moment where the energy comes up. And quite often you will find that the energy frequencies maybe only have 4, 5, 6, they don't have the full 12. So stand on the spot and just give your loving intention to connect this vend, this air energy into the earth, into your living space, and connect and make you the energy of the 13th frequency. So 12 radials, and the 13th is the column of energy that you're fixing. So they're talking very much about pulling down friendliness, Vanir means friend in many Scandinavian languages. And they are about harvest, they are about bringing forth. It's almost, they're pointing to the dried herbs that I said reminded me originally of the sage sticks. And in this, it's about the abundance of the harvest in the basket. There's spring flowers in here that are blooming. I want to say bluebells because I do love a bluebell. But it's this energy of change going from what is dried up energy that still has a function. Dried herbs can be used, as we say, to cleanse spaces, but then it's about bringing new life, new fertility. I mean, they are saying to me, you know, as soon as you can find some spring flowers, bring in a little bit of living energy. Ask the plants, may I please just take a few of you indoors. It's not something I do because I'm not overly keen on us cutting flowers and putting them everywhere, but look, that's just a personal thing. I'm being drawn also to, these are two cards of realms. They are of the Odin and the Nine Realms. They are two of the realms, Midgard and Vanahamir. But the card that sits between them, the healing, the goddess, do you see how she has separated spirit? So she's opened a space, almost like high priestess energy. But look, we've got rocks, we've got earth, taken up into the whole space, like all of the molecules, all of the elements are working together to transform the energetic frequency of Earth as an element as well as Earth as a planet. So if you're an advanced Earth grid worker, it's time to get out and search with your rods for some energy columns that could do with some help to be reset. So let's see what else. What else would Odin and the Nine Realms like to say? I'm not going to take that one because it bounced like it was just trying to get my attention, and it's Dagaz, which is again that energy of turning things on their head, but it's about passing through the eye of the needle, which in terms of the norms is part of reweaving a brand new tapestry of life, of a future that you want to live now that the frequencies of the earth have changed. It's almost like we couldn't imagine the life that we want to have next because we couldn't imagine what the earth would be like in a frequency of air. So we've got two cards, and then we've got kind of three that are trapped. So we'll look at those as trapped frequencies. These are free frequencies. So we have Idun and Velva. So Idun is the goddess of the apples of inner health, and the Volva is the shaman goddess who was healing the earth. Once you heal the space around you, is what I'm being told, you heal the space to work on your own inner compass. So if you don't cleanse your living space, your outdoor space around you, you're continually trying to heal yourself and then walking straight back into the same distorted frequencies. So there's something about stepping into new air frequencies. We've got a single crow here, so we're now on 4. crows, because we have the two sitting above, and we have the one that is the hair, as in the consciousness, the crown chakra, spirit working with the physical body. So that's 3. Now we have the 4th one here, and this one is flying into this. They're showing me it's like a sunflower. Again, they're talking about seeds. So these dried herbs, you think of a sunflower and you think of how there's that beautiful, wonderful geometric pattern that has this kind of petalling star shape. Absolutely beautiful in the centre of a sunflower. Now, inside the sunflower are all of the seeds, and we often dry seeds so that they can wait until they receive water, receive the correct emotions to grow and bloom into their own sunflowers. But they're also something we can eat that are full of nutrition and very nourishing. But they're trying to give that sense that the old things, it's the same energy as the notion of the cul-de-sac. You know, every dried seed is an aspect of your life, and yet each one of those seeds you can take out, you can give it soil in the earth, you can place water on it, and you can put light there, and then it will grow, and air will begin to move around the shoot of the plant and build its inner strength. So we are growing and we are building our inner strength to be our own. It's this constant thing at the moment of talking about all of these goddesses that are energies out there, are reminding us at the moment that we've almost got to all be our own goddess or god frequency. We are our own Eden apples. If we sort out our balance between earth, air, fire and water, then we become stable in Midgard. So the Volva, she's shouting Sedir and Galdir magic. Now, I'm reading a frequency of incantation, creating an incantation, saying your incantation 9 times for your journey forwards, utilising elements of seeds from your past, and you're planting, almost they're showing me miniature gardens. When I was a small child, it must have been at May time, when we were about 5 or 6, you used to have to create a miniature garden in a biscuit tin, and they would have like a kind of a competition, which they always do. Don't do competitions with small children, because you're telling some children that their beautiful creative effort, which they really enjoyed, just wasn't as good as somebody else's. It's better just to have all the kids make something and just big round of applause for being creative. That's way more important. So making your own inner garden, making your own sacred space, cleaning your sacred space, creating the right environment in which your new intentions can flourish and lift up and begin to gain strength. So the 3 hidden cards were Os, Gipt and Jotunheimr. And Jotunheimr is another realm. So let's just look at Gipt and Os. This is union of molecules, Midgard, and molecules of consciousness, Vanaheimr, coming together. X marks the spot. Where's the treasure? In your heart. We are the treasure. We are that sacred spot that needs the sunlight. This is what needs to grow and flourish. And Os is the very old Norse god of to be a vessel. So while Vend was talking about the vessel of the world in which we live, setting sail in a new energetic frequency, this is talking about coming together and finding our own centre so that we can trigger this wonderful cog-like action of going into an infinite energetic shift forwards. And again, these two have got spirit parting curtains to make space for our inner health to become part of our molecular vessel. And then Git is when we have union between spirit and earth, and that's what I was saying was the difference between Vent, because the spirit has come down onto the earth, whereas here this is us. And I want to say they're giving me this image of carving your own protection, shields, and they're showing me African shields. And they're talking about you have to carve out your own protection. We have to stop asking for cosmic protection from things. We have to start to face our own power, because that's how we're going to move this forward, by understanding our power that's within us, our inner health, this the golden apples, the apple of Adam and Eve, the knowledge. It's like the forbidden knowledge is the truth within us. That's what they're saying. So Jotunheimr is the realm of the giants. Consciousness is going to expand into new areas, and it's like you're going to be pushed to an extremity that you've never ever experienced before. You're going to be pushed to the limit, whether it's through a spiritual experience, some kind of cosmic experience, or whether it's just some connection with another or an ancestor, but there's a deeply profound epiphanal energy heading towards everyone to start pushing us to move into new frequencies. So let's just see if we've got a message for the end. You see, it's Frigg. I could hear Frigg calling to me, whispering, Mother Cosmos, Mother Cosmos, Mother Cosmos again. And I do want to do a separate reading on Mother Cosmos, but this is what she's representing. Look, she is all the energy of spirit. This card has a format that no other card has. She's turning the rocks on their side. She's changing everything about the sun. She's totally shielded. She has two crows for balance. She's wearing one on her head and one's flying at the side of her. She also, I want to say, they want me to say she's got an FU kind of. I don't like swearing on my channel, although I do love swearing, but she's almost got up yours kind of attitude that's coming off this card. It's like, she's really, and she's deep in meditation as she's still doing this kind of, up yours, I'm in my own truth. But this is that energy that we've all got to discover. And we've got just here, we've got this energy of the repeat of this frequency of os, and this is about melting the emotions, icy cold old emotions that no longer exist, being brought into, and it's like there's a tiny daisy growing, and spirit is saying, do you want to be a daisy all your life in a field where people just wander by and tread all over you, or do you want to be terrific and triffid and grow up like some kind of giant sunflower and be taller than everything and bolder than everything, and just as the sun moves you turn your head to face the sun. So they're also just reminding me that there's also a Van Gogh exhibition here in Portugal, which I would like to go and see, but that's an irrelevance. But they're just putting the image of Van Gogh in my head. Also, anyone who's not following Michael, just Michael on here, he's been writing a lovely book that has the character Van Gogh in it, and he's been reading the story half a chapter by half a chapter, and it's really worth a read. I'll hopefully remember to put a link in for that. So, Frigg. She is coming across as Mother Cosmos. So I'm just gonna, I wasn't gonna take another deck of cards, but I just want to see what her, I'm gonna take a good tarot, I think, because it's here. Just pulled my beard, just gonna tug on that. And she's saying it's not gonna be easy. There will be some pain involved. No pain, no gain. So, Frigg, Mother Cosmos, what do you want to add just before we close off this reading, please? She's hiding energy. Oh, she's hiding it because, do you know what? And I don't even need to take any more cards. I'm so sorry, I'm going to show you this card. What is she saying? Patience. Temperance, timing, divine timing. She had a clock as her breast. But I always say that the one thing we always miss this start. It is a cosmic healing, but we just have to allow the energy to temper. And I've got a friend who always says, "Are you ill-tempered?" As in, are your tempers, your emotions, are they out of balance? And today, now, this morning, yes, very, but we have to exercise patience. This is the card of temperance. To temper was originally to add water to wine to make it less aggressive, less alcoholic. So we just have to be patient and wait and go with these energetic flows. But she's just really loudly saying, clean your home, clean your space, purify the energies in which you spend most of your time. It's the same as at work, you know, a lot of workspaces need cleaning, they need to be re-energized because they've become very heavy and turgid. So really the message is find some ways to claim the energy in the space around you so that you feel more comfortable existing in the spaces that you call home and work, or places that you love to visit. So that's the message. I'm not going to push for any more cards from Mother Cosmos. She's just saying be patient. She's not going to give the rest of her messages yet, but I hate that card. So, temperance. It's a magical protective energy. It's a very healing energy. It just involves patience. Anyway, so that's my reading. I'm sorry if it's a little bit dark, but I really wanted you to see the space behind me. and we'll work out different. Oh, there's some lovely rainbows on the chairs that have just appeared. Oh, and all the way up there. I wonder what's causing them. That's gorgeous. Whoa, rainbows. Hopefully we'll get some orbs again soon. So, have a lovely day. Wassail to you all, and I might not get a reading done tomorrow because I've got a friend who's coming to visit me and take me for a walk around the city, and he's a very knowledgeable, clever artist. So we'll see how time gives tomorrow. Anyway, have a lovely day, and much love to you. And thank you all so much for the really kind and beautiful messages. Also, thanks Cindy for mentioning me today in her Taurus video. I had a bit of an epiphanal inspiration, which she was having at the same time, but I emailed her to say Spirit said you needed to hear this, and she already knew, but actually today I really enjoyed the ancestor reading that she did for Taurus. Anyway, thanks Cindy, and also thanks to Reem, because Reem mentioned me last Sunday and then the video broke. And I think that might have been my fault somehow, because I was still in that very difficult tech energy. But she has mentioned me again this week in reference to kind of patience and shadow work, my favourite. So anyway, that's the reading. You're all totally adorable, and I feel it feels lovely, really lovely to be here. The energy is much more settled here. I just need to get the Libra balance right between all the lovely good stuff I've been feeling and accepting that also there's a lot of very dark, heavy energies here that need to be faced. They need to be looked at and integrated as part of this city, and the healing energy columns that I'll be working on as I move around Lisbon. Anyway, nice speaking with you all. Wassail.